on record with the official court reporter. I introduce you to Esther Delgado. She is County Court at Law Number 2's official court reporter. All persons in this session, as well as the public, are admonished to not and shall not record these proceedings. All counsel and persons in this session are reminded to exercise proper courtroom decorum and attire at all times. I have further specific instructions expressly for those who are appearing before Zoom, appearing via Zoom and being permitted to appear via Zoom. We will be operating hybrid, as I have people in the courtroom as well as those who have elected to appear via Zoom. For those of you in Zoom land, as we shall call it, you cannot be in a vehicle. If you find yourself in a vehicle, you have two choices. One first choice is to get out of the vehicle and find a quiet place so that you may be able to participate. Your second option is to continue and drive down here to County Court at Law Number 2 and appear in person. You will be coming to 300 Dolorosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We are located on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center. So that's the vehicle requirement. Second requirement is your name must be displayed. It must be first name and last name. And so if your name is not displayed, first name, you look at your frame and you don't have your first name and last name, then you can rename yourself. You look at your frame, click on it. There are three dots, drop down on one of the, click on that for the options, and there'll be an option for you to rename yourself. So please do that now if you see that you're not properly named. Then you must appear. Appearance, the folks in here in the class, in the courtroom, I can see them, they got their video on. So therefore, the people on Zoom must have their video on and be in proper lighting so that I can see you clearly. Please take your device and place it on a flat surface. The folks come in here in the courtroom and they sit, and that's it. They're seated very quietly, okay? Not moving around. Can't do that? And so you cannot do that on Zoom. It's distracting and it causes dizziness. So place your device on a flat surface, place yourself in the center of the device so that I may be able to see you. Thank you. You may go ahead and situate yourself at this time. Couple of things concerning the use of Zoom. Zoom has a chat feature. You cannot use that chat feature without my specific permission. I don't delegate that to anyone else without my specific, it must be my permission. One exception to chat to the bailiff. The bailiff controls who comes in and out of the courtroom as well as the Zoom. So therefore, if you need to chat to the bailiff to say, hey, I'm stepping out, I need to use the bathroom or do this or whatever, please go ahead and do so. The bailiff is on this as BCSO, that's Bravo, B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie, S as in Sierra, O as in Oscar. That stands for Bexar County Sheriff's Office, J. De La Cruz. Bexar County Sheriff, Deputy J. De La Cruz. You can chat to him to let him know that you're going in and out. There'll be no chewing gum, eating, drinking, vaping, or smoking while on Zoom. If you cannot do it in the courtroom, you cannot do it on Zoom. You cannot leave the court for the day, final, or the Zoom session without getting properly excused by myself or my court coordinator. So if you do, depart without being properly excused by myself or the court coordinator, you may subject yourself to a warrant for your arrest. So make sure that if you're leaving, you get either a dismissal of your case or a case setting form that tells you when to come back to court. How we will proceed this morning. I will call the docket. Allow me to finish calling the docket. I'm going to explain that in a minute. After I finish explaining, calling the docket, then I will move attorneys who need to confer with the prosecutors in this court or consult with the court coordinator. After that movement is done, then I will address each individual issue. If you wish to give me a preview of the reason that you're here today, the thing about it is that may delay the calling of the docket. So allow me to finish calling the docket. When I call the docket, I am going to call the defendant's name. I'll call your name twice. You're in the courtroom. Please stand up, remain standing so that I may ascertain who your representation is this morning. For those on Zoom, unmute, remain unmuted so that I may ascertain your representation this morning. If I see on the docket that you do not have an attorney, I will ask you whether you need time to hire an attorney or do you wish to apply for a court appointed. If you're here, for those in the courtroom needing a court appointed attorney, you've either started filling out the application or my court coordinator will come out and assist you with that. For those on Zoom, I will probably excuse you right away so you can come down and apply. If your attorneys, so when I call your name, please respond with here or present. Either way, you're here or present. Your attorney may answer for you. Attorneys, I will still need to hear from you. Hear from you, not see you, but I need to do both. I need to put eyes on you, and I will need to hear from you that you're here or present. Attorneys, please, if in responding, if you will let me know whether you wish to go ahead and confer, I would appreciate that. So I can mark the docket and that will expedite being able to move you to the proper location. If I mispronounce your name, and I will call your name twice, please correct me so that I may make my best effort to pronounce your name correctly. That's important to me. I hope it will be just as important to you. I expect you to be going ahead and sitting up. And lastly, if you're in a vehicle, your name is not displayed correctly, or you're not appearing, your video is on, I will tell you one or two or three of those three things. I will tell you that I am not recognizing you for those on Zoom at this time, and I will keep on going, calling the docket. I will give you the opportunity to fix it. Fix whatever the issue is. Either get out of the vehicle, rename yourself, turn your video on, get in a good lighting. And then I will, at the end of the docket, end of calling the docket, I will first start and ask for those in the courtroom, is there anyone that I have not called or has not heard their name? For those on Zoom, I will ask you, is there anyone that I have not called, you have not heard your name, or I have not recognized you? If I had not recognized you, trust me, I have marked you as failure to appear. So you'll need to speak up so that I may be able to mark you as late. But I'll have you checked in. Any violations of these instructions are subject to contempt of court. Bailiff, I'm going to start calling the docket at this time. Anybody walking in or zooming in, please let me know as they are late. And coming into the courtroom, you can properly place them. Again, it is Thursday. It is the 27th day of October, 2022. I am looking for the following people. Joshua Enriquez, Joshua Ruben Enriquez.
Yes, ma'am, I am present.
Where are you?
I am present right here.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Enriquez. Is your attorney Gilbert Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here. I'm present.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Appreciate you being here. I have got both of you checked in. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
Maria
Thank you, Judge.
Rodriguez, Maria Garcia Rodriguez. Is that you, ma'am? Very good. Is your attorney Abelardo Garza? Very good. I appreciate you being here. We'll wait for your attorney. Thank you for being here. Christopher Alvarez. Christopher Alvarez.
Present right here, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Alvarez. Is your attorney Nicolette Sines?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being here. We'll wait for your attorney. Marla Garrison. Marla Lynette Garrison. Good morning, ma'am. Is your attorney Monica Guerrero? Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for her. Thank you for being here. Jessica Rodriguez.
Judge, she's present with counsel. Charles Gold here. I'm right here. I'm in the jury room. Jessica Rodriguez there. Is her name properly responsive? We'd like to talk to Miss Lane. Thank you.
Thank you very much, counsel. And Jessica Rodriguez, you need to unmute and respond. Unmute and respond. Jessica Rodriguez. I'm going to mark you as failure to appear.
She's here,
Yes,
Judge.
Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Rodriguez. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
Dominic Sanchez. Dominic Renee Sanchez. Mark as failure to appear.
Yes, I'm right here.
Oh, okay, Mr. Sanchez.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Mr. Sanchez, is your attorney Abelardo Garza?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Daniel Cardenas. Daniel Cardenas.
I'm here.
Good morning, Mr. Cardenas. Is your attorney Angela Blake?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here, sir. Hector Reyes. Hector Reyes. Thank you. Ms. Luna, we're going to need an interpreter. I'm sure you have one ordered already. Let me know what time they're going to be here. Thank you.
They will be
Betty,
here.
go ahead.
They're gonna be here at 10. They're gonna be
Very
here for two defendants.
Thank you. Betty Guerra. Betty
Yes.
and Guerra.
Yes, here
Good morning.
present.
Good morning, Ms. Guerra. As your attorney, Neil Cafes.
Yes.
Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for
Good
being
morning.
here.
Good morning, Your Honor. My
Yes.
name is Ruben Pisani. I'm an associate for Neil Kalfas. I'll be her representation this morning.
Okay, hang on 2 seconds. You are Ruben. Thank you.
Pisania, Pizana.
Okay. Pisania. Okay. Pisania. All right. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
Manuel Resendez Ariola. Manuel Resendez Ariola.
Judge, the case was
Oh.
closed on the 7th of October.
Thank you. Just saw that. Alondra Morales. Alondra Tammy Morales. Is that you, ma'am? Okay. And is your attorney Robert Barons? Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Appreciate you being here. Franklin Johnson. Franklin Johnson. Okay, thank you, counsel. Please, thank you. Guadalupe Lomas. Guadalupe Lomas Jr.
I'm here. Here.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Is
morning.
your attorney Roland Garcia?
Yes, Your
Honor,
Honor.
present.
Oh, good morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Samuel Alvarado. Samuel Alvarado.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Alvarado. Good.
He's present, Judge. My name is Mario Trevino, and I'm present. So is Mr. Samuel Alvarado.
Okay. Is he a Spanish speaker?
No, and I would like to confirm.
Okay. Of course, no, not a problem. Mr. Samuel Alvarado, mute yourself and respond present or here.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You said you would need an interpreter for him? No?
No, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Michael Carballo Lisa. Lisa? Michael,
Good morning, Judge. This is John Reitmeyer. Mr. Caballero is here on Zoom. He is a
With you?
Spanish speaker. Excuse me, Carballo.
Carballo? Okay. Michael Carballo Lisa, is he in your office, sir?
Yes, ma'am, he is. I see him. He's waving his hand.
Okay, and he doesn't know how to operate, or it looks like he's far away. He doesn't know how to operate and unmute himself?
That's correct. Not right now.
Okay.
I can put someone down there to do it, but
All righty, thank you. I'll look for that. Okay, thank you, sir. Leonardo, oh no, so I'm sorry. Giovanni Leonardo Rocha. Where are you? Oh, hello, sir. How you doing? Is your attorney Karen Corby? Okay, and we'll go ahead and wait for your attorney. Appreciate that, sir. Antoinette Brantley. Antoinette
Right
Brantley.
here. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Brantley. Is your attorney Linda Corley?
I am
Yes,
present.
ma'am.
I am present,
there's-
Judge, and this plea is ready to go. You have all the paperwork.
Thank you very much, counsel. Thank you. Is there anyone in the courtroom that I have not called their name, that has not heard their name? Anyone in the courtroom? Is there anyone in Zoom, on the Zoom, that I have not called their name, they have not heard their name, or have not recognized? Anyone? Alrighty, that concludes the calling of the docket. Thank you all so much for your patience with that. And attorneys, and who's my conferring ADA? Who's going to, which one ADA is going to confer?
I'll be conferring.
Thank you very much. Who needs to talk with the ADAs, attorneys?
I do, Judge. My name is Mario Trevino.
We got you. Anyone else that needs to go in and talk with the ADAs?
Your Honor, this is John Reitmeyer. I'd like to be added to that list.
Okay. You should be getting your invitation.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you, sir. Anyone else needs to talk to ADAs, talk to the court coordinator to get a date?
Yes, Your Honor, I need to speak to the court coordinator to get a new date.
Okay,
Gilbert Martinez.
that's Attorney Gilbert Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
And attorneys, just to let you know, the ADAs have set up a special conferring date time for you on Tuesdays between the hours of 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. You should have that information. Please come in, confer with them, as well as they're very responsive. These ADAs have been great. They're very responsive by email as well. So, but they have that, we do have that conferring session on Tuesdays from 2 to 4. All right, let me check as far as Attorney Hernandez is working on, you're working on the paperwork. Sir, will you get with the ADAs about the discovery? Thank you. Attorneys, the priority will be today, trial announcements, and then we'll go to pleas and then pre-trial conference hearings. Okay. Attorney Reitmeyer? He's in conferring with AD, okay. Attorney, Linda Corley, I have your
Yes.
case number as 654408.
That is correct.
Okay, could I put you in the breakout room with the ADAs to find out where that paperwork is? Unless
No, it's
ADA,
already completed, Judge. It should be there. And I had to do the data sheet separately, so it should be with the clerks and the CLO. And the
And I
and the coordinator. Mhm.
I appreciate your perception, but if I'm asking about it, that means I don't have it. So I'm just trying to see if you guys did. ADA Hernandez, can you take a look at that and tell me where that paperwork might be, please?
I'll check, Your Honor. It looks like it should have gone through, but I'll double check.
654408.
Judge, and I just looked it up on Adobe. It shows that that's odd. I went through the paperwork with Miss Brantley and she hit send and it still doesn't have a check mark. So let me call her and work on that, Judge.
Okay. Why don't I put you in a breakout room with her? So maybe she has some questions. Do you want that?
That would be terrific,
Alrighty,
Judge.
let's-
Thanks.
Okay. And Ms. Brantley, is that Brantley, right? Yes.
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
put Ms. Brantley with her attorney. And give the attorney the ability to share screen. Samuel Alvarado. Ms. Brantley, you need to go ahead and accept the invitation to go talk with your attorney, okay? Go to a break room and talk with the attorney. State, I'm going to go right down the docket, okay? But first, there's a couple of attorneys who have their hands up. Attorney Haizani.
Your Honor, I just spoke to my client. Would it be possible to go ahead and join a breakout room with the ADA and confer?
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Thank you.
And Attorney Lindberg.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Conferred on Tuesday with one of the ADAs, I believe Miss Lynn, and we're going to accept the state's offer. We just needed some more time to, do the paperwork and everything. We're just hoping to get a reset today in order to do that.
Not a problem. Counsel, who are you talking about? Can I get the case number, please?
Yes, Judge. It's Mr. Christopher Alvarez. His cause number is 654494. And he is present.
Yes, sir. He did go ahead and, okay, we're going to do a trial announcement in a minute. We'll go ahead and get that covered. Attorney, I'll be right with you, sir. Attorney Roland Garcia?
Yes, Judge, I'm here for Guadalupe Lomas. We had to redo some plea paperwork on it. I'm not sure if my client has completed signing it, but once he signs that, we'll be ready for a plea on that case.
Sir, do you guys have a copy of the docket? If you can refer to the numbers right along there, that would be great, or a case number. Which,
Case number is 682410.
okay. All right, sir, not a problem. I'm going to go right down the docket as far as trial announcements and be right with you. Attorney Reitmeyer.
Well, Judge, you might have just answered my question. I was able to confer with Ms. Ling and was going to see if it might be possible we could reset this for a different day for a plea. She's working on the paperwork, but because he's a Spanish speaker, it's going to take us a little bit more time to go over everything and get him through his admonishments and whatnot.
Okay, so two things, counsel, is one is your if there's an immigration issue, make sure to take care of that with an immigration attorney. And two, make sure, don't forget about the Spanish paperwork for the
Yes,
for admonishments and that. And let me go ahead and put you in and put you and your client in with the court coordinator. That's going to be a very short reset, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all righty. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
And you and your client, after you get a date, you and your client are excused. Short reset, you guys are excused from there. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
State, I'm going right down the docket order. Oh, okay. Attorney Trevino?
Yes, Judge. I'm talking about case number 682649, Samuel Alvarado.
Yes, sir. We have the paperwork for him.
Yes,
We're
good.
gonna
I
plead
did
today?
confer with the prosecutor, and I was told that yes, you do have the paperwork, and we would like to enter a plea today.
Yes, sir. We'll go ahead and take care of that very shortly, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. My priority is going to be taking care of the trial announcement so we can go ahead and start working that lineup and then please, and then pre-trial conference hearings. And I'm going to go straight down the docket. So state, court is going to get on record and call cause number 617633, State of Texas versus Joshua Ruben Enriquez. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Richard Hernandez for the state.
Gilbert Martinez for the defendant.
And are you Joshua Ruben Enriquez?
Yes, ma'am, I'm present.
Okay, and let the record reflect that the defendant is in the court session with his attorney. And counsel, you are aware there is a 1622 report associated with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We're here for a trial announcement today. So on record, state, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state announces ready. Defense, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
Defense announces ready. We have a jury for you on the 31st of October, on Monday at 9 a.m. State and defense, I will expect to see you here at exactly 9 a.m. And is there anything that may impede the execution of this trial on Monday? State,
No, Your Honor.
defense.
No, Your Honor.
Alrighty, I'm going to place you in the breakout room with the court coordinators to get a reset form, letting your client know that expect you here in person, 9 a.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
And from there, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Have a great one. 9 a.m.
Judge, you should have the internet Brantley paperwork now for the plea.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Court is going to get on record on cause number 639200. 639200, State of Texas versus, oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Alberto Ablado Garza, Attorney Ablado Garza. All right. Right. I just saw that. So we'll just wait for him, okay? Attorney Charles Gold.
Hey, Judge.
Good morning, sir. We're going to get on record on cause number 675-036, 675-036, State of Texas versus Jessica Lopez Rodriguez. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Charles Gold. For Ms. Rodriguez.
Jessica Lopez Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning again. Let the record reflect that the defendant is here present in this Zoom session with her attorney. State, we're here for a trial announcement on record. State, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
State announces ready. Defense, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense announces ready. I will see you 9 o'clock on
Judge-
Monday morning. Yes, sir.
Judge, can I finish conferring with the state?
Absolutely.
Or do you want me to go to trial?
Right. You guys will continue and
Oh.
at this time you have announced ready. So I will
Right.
put you, sir, I will go ahead and put you in. Please continue to go ahead and do confer. The thing, counsel, if this is going to go ahead and result in any kind of a plea, please make sure see if you guys can make that happen tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, can I talk
All
with the ADA lane? You put me back in or this?
Well, for record on this matter, please go ahead and move Attorney Gold. Thank you. Thank you, sir. But counsel, I'm going to put you in with the court coordinator first so that you can get that case setting form for you and your client. And then we'll go ahead and put you with the ADA, okay?
Judge, you called me up. I'm still conferring. We're kind of working something out. But if you want me to come do a jury trial on Monday, I'll be glad to do it. But if you let me finish conferring, I'd really appreciate it.
Oh, okay. You want to do that first? Oh, okay. No, counsel, I'm just going down the docket. I'm sorry. You were here. Haven't we moved you?
Yeah,
from-
but, okay, but I'm still negotiating. I had to bring it to my client and now my client has a counter. But if you.
Not a problem, not a problem, not a
Thank you.
problem, Council. Alrighty. Moving a little fast there, Council. So let us go ahead and place Attorney Gold back in with the ADA. Okay. Okay. Court is gonna get on record on cause number 678-852, 678-852, State of Texas versus Betty Guerra. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with this state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Attorney Ruben Paisani. Sorry, Counsel, didn't know. Are you ready to get on record on trial announcement, sir? Attorney Paisana?
Your Honor, I wanted to get into a breakout room with the ADA, and I got put in with my client. I wanted to
Okay.
come forward.
All right, no problem. Let's go ahead and put you in the breakout room. Okay, we're off record on that one. All righty. Attorney Behrens, did you just pop in? Did I just see you? Okay. I'm gonna really slow down now. I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. Attorney Roland Garcia, are you ready to announce?
Yes, Your Honor. I think you should have paperwork already for it. It should be a plea.
Okay. All righty. Let's go ahead and. Attorney Lindberg. Attorney Lindberg.
Yes, Judge.
Why am I not seeing your name here? Who are you here for, sir?
Christopher Alvarez, I have a cause number if you need it. It's likely labeled under Miss Monica Corrala, partner with the firm.
Monica Guerrero?
No, Judge. I'm here for Mr. Christopher Alvarez. Cause number is 654-494.
Okay. All right, you're here for Nicolette Signs.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, okay. All right. Didn't quite catch that. Alrighty. Okay. Let's get on record. Court is going to call cause number 654-494, State of Texas versus Christopher Alvarez. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Jacob Lindbergh for Mr. Alvarez.
And for the record, I have Nicolette Signs as the attorney of record. What is your relationship to that attorney, Mr.
I'm a fellow associate of Ms. Signs with Burke Criminal Defense Attorneys.
Thank you. And Christopher Alvarez?
Present right here, Your Honor.
Very good. Let the record reflect that the defendant is in this court session with his attorney. We're here for a trial announcement on record. State, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
State announces ready. Defense, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Judge, we found a resolution with the state on this matter. So we would just like some time so that we can have everything go through.
Sir, you're not ready?
If that's the announcement the court would prefer, I'm not ready, Judge.
I need ready or not ready.
Defense is ready, Judge, but we did find a resolution.
Okay, alrighty. And the resolution is going to be what, a plea?
Likely, Judge, or hopefully possibly a dismissal. We're still working on that with the state.
Okay, you have approximately no more than 2 weeks to go ahead and get that happen and make that happen. So we can go ahead and reset you for 2 weeks, and it is going to be a market here that you're proceeding to a plea. I need a jury waiver immediately completed. If you're taking it off the trial docket, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, very good. Please send Mr. Lindbergh a jury waiver. Okay, and sir, I'm going to place you and your client in a breakout room with the court coordinator. We'll go ahead and get you reset with the plea waiver for a resolution plea or dismissal.
Thank you, Judge. Are we excused after that?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thank you for the court's time.
Good work. You have yourself a great weekend.
You too.
Mr. Alvarez, make sure to go ahead and accept the invitation, follow your attorney into that breakout room, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. All right. Okay, we got that one. That's done. So we have your, Attorney Hernandez, we have your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Judge Charles Golden, I have an announcement.
Okay, so you have, we're just waiting on the interpreter? All righty, Tim, thank you very much. Okay.
Judge, the interpreter is coming in person.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, not a problem. We need an interpreter. Sir, I'll be right with you. Okay, interpreter. Okay. All right. Let's get on record on cause number 675-036, getting back on record. But for the sake of the record, attorneys, please announce, parties, please approach and announce who's before the court.
Charles Gold, Miss Jessica Rodriguez.
And defense estate.
Oh, yes, Victor Hernandez for the state.
Okay, and Jessica Lopez Rodriguez.
She's resuming.
Please unmute.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Well, again, let the record reflect that the defendant is in this court session with her attorney. We were here just a few moments ago, perhaps prematurely. We're here for a trial announcement on record. State, are you ready to proceed to trial on this case? You had announced ready. Defense, I had asked whether you were ready to proceed to the trial, and you said yes, but you're still conferring. So
Right,
are you now going to change your announcement, sir?
Well, we're ready, but we worked out a plea, Judge. So
You
I
did?
would ask, yes, we have a plea agreement now. So I was wondering if we could come, I'm gonna be there Tuesday in person to do a plea already. I was wondering if I could have Miss Rodriguez in person on Tuesday to do the plea as well. That way I can have two.
Alrighty. Okay, sir. And that is the 1st of November, sir?
I believe it is, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
31st is Halloween Monday, so yes, Tuesday's the 1st. Maybe not too early, Judge. Might still be eating candy.
All right, and you guys want to go ahead and do this in person, not a problem, in person.
Is that all right, Miss Rodriguez? In person?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay, and just a side note, Judge, you allow them to buy out community service, is that correct?
That's one of the options that may be possible. Yes, sir. I have
Okay,
several
okay, thank
options for satisfying community service restitution. And Ms. Rodriguez, you'll need to be here at 8:30 a.m. I'm going to put you in a breakout room. Counsel, I'll need a jury waiver, and you and your client are excused from talking with the court coordinator if there's nothing else.
That's it. I'll see you Tuesday then, Judge.
All righty, thank you. Let's go ahead and move Attorney Gold and Ms. Rodriguez into breakout room court coordinator with the court coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you.
The interpreter is here. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. Mr. Franklin Johnson? Okay, good morning, Mr. Johnson. Remain standing. Your attorney was here in person, and so he has stepped out to go to different courts. So we'll just go ahead and wait for him to come back, okay? But he's been here for you already. Thank you for making it here. Alrighty. Okay. That one's done. Set free. Right. Ms. Luna, you mentioned that the interpreter is here for 2 cases. What's the other case, please? Okay, I just reset that. Thank you. Counsel. Interpreter is better up here, correct? Yes, preferable. Okay, great. All right. Counsel, attorney, the other thing that I need is the defendant's, the only other thing that I need is the defendant's consent to plea by video conferencing. Right, but the DAs are.
They want to send it to me by email. I don't know if it's sent.
Is it part of the paperwork? Sometimes I've seen a hard copy of it. State, the defendant's consent to plea by video conferencing is so much easier if you add it to your paperwork. Packet. Oh, I understand, but I want the paperwork to follow the record.
Do you need the video conference?
Yes. Let's go ahead and make sure that we put it out here.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
That's the new one. I guess I'm sure of that.
Okay. Okay. Let's see, are they all here in person? I know one is.
On Zoom.
Okay, it's just Sanchez. Okay, let's see. 6 to 9. Okay, just here. Okay. Okay. That's what he told you?
Yes.
Okay.
You can prefer to stay.
Okay. He came down?
Yes. Like it was yesterday or Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Thank you so much. Six, seven, six. Six. Oh, okay, so he has two. I'll take care of those. Okay. We call him for tomorrow, so we can do the file announcements, and then he can do the jury waiver immediately. Okay, let him. We call him for tomorrow. Court is going to get on record and call cause number 678-111, State of Texas versus Hector Juarez Reyes. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Hector Hernandez for the state.
Eric Hernandez for the defendant, Hector Juarez Reyes.
Your Honor.
Good.
Carmen Tarragona Sáez.
State, are you hearing everybody okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Interpreter, could you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to truly and accurately interpret from Spanish into English and then from English into Spanish, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. You may go ahead and lower your hand. And are you Hector Juarez Reyes?
Yes,
Are you the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with a BAC of 0.15 or higher, alleged to have occurred on the 27th day of January 2022 and classified as a Class A misdemeanor?
yes,
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. Court is going to start sharing the court screen as the state, we are operating hybrid and the state is on Zoom and the defense with the interpreter are in the courtroom in person. Mr. Reyes, can you see the court screen?
Yes.
Counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
Yes, Your Honor.
state on display is a document entitled the state's consent to video conferencing. Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
No, Your Honor. Assistant District Attorney Ling Han signed it, but the state adopts it.
The state's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, I have in my hand a document that's entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Reyes, is this your signature where I am pointing to?
Yes.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Reyes?
Well over 10 days, Your Honor.
Are we applying for probation, and if so, what type?
Your Honor, we're applying for regular probation.
Mr. Reyes, is everything in your application for probation and your personnel data sheet true and correct?
Yes.
Do you need to speak with your attorney before you respond to this statement that if your application and your personnel data sheet are not true and correct, that it may subject you to denial or revocation of your community supervision in this case? Do you need to talk to your attorney before you respond to me on that?
No.
Okay, so you understand and shall acknowledge?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I'll go ahead and make these part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
I believe they have, Your Honor.
And state, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state has complied.
Your Honor, interpreter and interpretation of the state's list and response.
Okay, state, could you go ahead and respond? The interpreter needed to hear you.
Oh, yes, Your Honor, the state has complied.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
No, Your Honor, in this situation, I think no motions are necessary.
Okay, state, I need for you to go ahead and kind of be a little bit more either louder or distincter. Do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All righty. Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, I have here, I'm showing to you a document entitled, and I'm showing it, Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions. It's a 2-page document, front page and second page, and also it is in Spanish. Okay. Did your attorney go over this document with you
Yes,
in both English and Spanish?
yes,
Is this your signature that I'm pointing to?
yes,
After going over this document with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
yes,
So with your signature, and testimony, you're telling me that you understand everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
yes,
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
yes,
He's one of the finest in San Antonio. And he has been able to go ahead and bring this to a resolution for you today. Okay,
yes.
And-
thank you.
good. Now, did he explain to you the range of punishment in this case?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Did he explain to you your constitutional rights?
yes,
You understood it?
yes, yes,
With that understanding, do you freely and voluntarily give up your constitutional rights?
yes,
Are you a US citizen?
no,
Now, you understand that if you are a citizen, not a citizen of the United States of America, a plea of guilty or no contest for the offense charged may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that?
yes,
You've gone over this with your attorney?
yes,
You've been made aware of these potential consequences?
yes,
And you are knowingly entering into a plea of this type at this time? You are going to enter into a plea knowingly for this type of offense?
yes,
Counsel, have you been able to review with Mr. Reyes the immigration consequences?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you give him an opportunity to consult with an immigration attorney?
Your Honor, that was handled by our office. For the record, we primarily practice in immigration law. And so the advisors were conducted by myself, who I do removal proceedings, also consultations and family-based and consular-based immigration petitions. So Mr. Juarez Reyes was made well aware of any potential impact and potential defenses if removal proceedings are commenced.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Reyes, I am going to approve your application to waive a jury in this case. I am going to now sign the documents both in English and Spanish, and I am going to make it part of the record so you will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
I believe so, Your Honor.
With the information, have you been able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offenses and charges against him?
I have, Your Honor.
Do you and this defendant then waive the formal reading of the information?
We waive, Your Honor.
State, what is the punishment recommendation?
The state recommends a $100 fine, as well as court costs. Also, 18 months of probation.
How many?
18 months. And that's for a 12-month jail jurisdiction there.
I'm sorry, state.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor, it's as I understand, it would be 12 months in jail probated over 18 months probation. 40
So this
hours.
is a regular probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there's also 48 hours of community service restitution. DWI education program. VIP.
It's okay. Yeah, okay, hang on. So this is regular probation. We are going, you're recommending 12 months in Bear County Jail, probated over 18 months.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, 48 hours of community service restitution.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and just a little bit louder
Oh, sure.
and distinctly, what's the next term or condition?
DWI education. VIP.
Did you say TIC?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
VIP, Your Honor.
I think it's a victim impact panel there. Yes.
Okay,
And then the ATP evaluation. And then ignition interlock for half the term.
ignition interlock for half term?
Yes, Your Honor. And finally, restitution to the Balcones Heights Police Department.
Restitution, if any, to whom?
Sure, that would be
Balcones
to-
Heights PD, Your Honor.
Balcones Heights PD?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will that be determined by the community service and corrections department?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just so that we make sure that we have the entire plea recommendation, the punishment recommendation of the state, the court understands it to be $100 plus court cost. 12 months in Bear County Jail, probated over 18 months, 48 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, victim impact panel, ATP evaluation, that's Alpha Tango Papa evaluation, ignition interlock for half the term, restitution, if any, for Balcones to Balcones Heights Police Department to be determined by the Community Service and Corrections Department. Do I have that correct, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that your, counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation to the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf to be able to resolve this matter for you today?
Yes.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty?
Yes.
And you still wish to proceed?
Yes.
Now, you've discussed all this with your attorney, right?
Yes.
So with your plea of no contest, are you telling this court that you do not wish to fight any of these charges? You have to speak up, sir, louder. You need to answer. No. You need to speak loudly so I can hear you.
What did you ask me?
Okay. With your plea of no contest, are you telling me that you do not want to fight any of the charges in this case?
No,
You want to fight the charges?
no, I don't want to fight him.
Okay, so you don't want to fight the charges? Okay, all righty.
No.
Now, do you feel that with your plea of no contest, do you believe that is in your best interest?
Yes.
I will accept your plea of no contest, finding that it is intelligently and freely made and that you're competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what, if anything, do you have on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, as you can see from his data sheet, he is self-employed. He does have family that he supports. He realizes what is on the line in this matter, has made the decision to enter a plea today. And I do believe that he will be successful on probation and learn from this incident, and would ask the court to honor the agreement that we've entered into with the state. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. That is very helpful. State, what was the accident in this case?
There is an incident, the defendant crashed into a patrol vehicle belonging to the Balcones Heights Police Department.
Interpreter needs repetition. I'm so sorry.
So am I understanding you to say that he ran into a patrol vehicle that belonged to Balcony Heights?
Yes, Your Honor, it looks like it was a rear end collision where the defendant hit the rear of the patrol vehicle.
At ADA Hernandez is difficult. The court reporter did not hear you, and neither did the interpreter. Could you speak up? Just turn up the volume a little bit, or?
Yes, Your Honor, it looks like the defendant hit the police patrol vehicle from the rear.
What was the BAC in this case?
Was .199.
You said 0.199?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, do you have the ignition interlock in your vehicle at this time?
No.
And whom do you live with?
With my wife.
Does she have a vehicle?
Yes.
What is her name? And you need to speak up.
Amayerani Castillo.
Okay, spell that for me, please.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
it's AMAIRANI.
Castillo?
Castillo. She's the first person listed on his personal references in the data sheet.
Got it. Thank you, sir. You have children?
Yes,
How many?
two.
How old are they?
5 and 3.
Sir, could you describe for me by year, make, model, and color the vehicle that we will be putting the ignition interlock on?
It's a 2009 Dodge Ram. It's red.
In your employment, is that the vehicle that you use in your employment?
Yes,
Is that the only vehicle that you use?
yes.
Defense, is there any legal reason why sentencing cannot be imposed today?
No, Your Honor. And as I anticipate the court's next requirement prior to entering the plea paperwork today, I did speak to Mr. Juarez Reyes in the hallway about the requirement that he only drive the vehicle with the ignition interlock. And that if he is with his family or somebody else in a vehicle that does not have one installed, that he should not be the one behind the wheel. I anticipate the court will ask for an affidavit regarding his spouse's vehicle, so I did have that discussion with him in the hallway.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find you guilty of driving while intoxicated with a breath alcohol concentration 0.15 or higher. I am going to sentence you to 12 months in Bexar County Jail. I am going to withhold that. I'm going to go ahead and suspend that jail sentence, and I'm going to probate it over 18 months so that you will be monitored and supervised by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department on behalf of this court with these following conditions: $100 fine plus court costs, 48 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, the uimpact.com, and a TAP evaluation and parenting class. You will install the ignition interlock in the vehicle within 10 calendar days, and you will maintain that ignition interlock for half of your term of probation.
Okay,
Re-
that's fine.
Restitution, if any, to Bacani Heights Police Department to be determined by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department. I'm going to require an affidavit from you, 2 affidavits within 10 calendar days. One from you that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. And one from an Amariani Castillo, whom you have identified as your wife and owns a vehicle, that she will not allow you to drive her vehicle at any time under any circumstances. Otherwise, I will order an ignition interlock to be placed in that vehicle. She will describe her vehicle, identify her vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. I'm going to have your community supervision and corrections, your community supervision officer to prepare a status report in 2 months to tell me how you're doing on probation and conduct a field visit. I'm going to set your supervision fee at $35. State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, anything further on this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, this has been a plea bargain case. I am going to certify that you do not have any right to appeal. This is with regard to your trial court certification of your right to appeal. Alrighty, I'm going to sign this document and I am going to make it part of the record. I'm going to give your counsel 2 copies of it. The English version, as well as has presented the Spanish version.
That's fine.
Thank you. I'm going to need a fingerprint from you. I'll need for you to go ahead and sit back and wait to get that done. And then we will get you started with your probation, okay? You'll be given directions regarding that. Your attorney has done a great job for you, has really been helpful to you. The way to thank your attorney is for you to be successful on probation. I look forward to you being successful on probation, okay? You look like a very hardworking young man and contributing to the community. So I'm sure that you have a lot more things to be doing for the community and for your family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you getting this taken care of. Now, I don't know, I'm sure that you're working hard. I can refer you to the Bexar County Gives Back program to take care of your community service restitution, at least 40 hours of it. Counsel, are you familiar with that?
I am, Your Honor, and I'll discuss with him what that would mean.
Okay. And State, do you have any issues with me referring, any objections to me referring Mr. Reyes to the Bear County Gives Back Program?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing else? Sir, I need for you to be back here by 2:00 PM, okay? Back right here in the courtroom today. All right, counsel, if you want to go to the back or in the jury room with your client, I can go ahead and put with the CLO and she can be able to determine whether he is eligible as well. at the Same time. Okay? All righty. Thank you. We're off record.
Monday, the excuse.
What do you think? Should we excuse her?
Recording.
Good morning, Attorney Corby. Do you need to speak with the ADAs?
I have confirmed with them before, Judge, but yeah, I can follow up with them again. Thank you.
Alrighty, we'll get you in there to talk with them.
Thank you.
Attorney, oh, she's in back room, okay. To talk with the ADAs. Okay. Attorney, Attorney Paisani?
Good morning, Judge. I just wanted to inform you that I was able to speak to Ms. Hahn, and we came to an agreement on this case. But we've got a couple trials starting up, and I was actually supposed to be assisting in jury selection right now. I was just hoping if there was any way we could get a reset so I could have a little time to get the plea paperwork put together and whatnot. I just that's why I was raising my hand to see if I could just let that be known. If you'd be fine with it, I would really appreciate the opportunity to get on some of that, but I understand.
Okay, sir, be right with you. You ready? Court is gonna get on record. Court is going to call cause number 678-852, State of Texas versus Betty Ann Guerra. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Ruben Pisania for the defense.
Sign it. And are you Betty Ann Guerra?
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the defendant is in the courtroom, in this court session with her attorney via Zoom. And for the record, counsel, I have a Miss Nicolette Signs as the, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. I have a Neil Kaffis as the attorney of record on this matter. What's your relationship to that law firm, attorney?
Your Honor, I'm an associate for Neil Kalfas. I just started recently, but I'm an associate for Neil Kalfas.
And thank you, counsel. We're here for a trial announcement on record. State, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
State announces ready. Defense, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Your Honor, we actually we've come to an agreement, and we'd like to make a plea.
Okay, so you're ready, but you're going to enter into a plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, already. And what are we resetting that plea for? Within 2 to 3 weeks, sir.
That would be fine. I mean, I could honestly just, we've got some trials. We could do next week, but if you need to reschedule for 2 to 3, whatever pleases the court.
Oh, not a problem, sir. Look at your calendar and tell me any day but Wednesday.
Let's see here. How about is the 3rd okay, Your Honor?
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sir, what I'm going to do is have you get into a breakout room with the court coordinator, so a case setting form can be sent out to your client, and you are waiving a jury in this case, and I need that jury waiver today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty. Let's go ahead and we're off record on this matter. Let's go ahead and put the defendant and the defense and the defense attorney in with the court coordinator, please. Ms. Guerra, go ahead and accept the invitation and join your attorney in the breakout room, please.
Okay.
Okay. No minds. Attorney Barron, do you need to speak with the ADAs?
Well, Judge, first of all, I need to know if my client appeared.
Okay, I believe, yes. Your client checked in, Miss Alondra Tammy Morales. Okay, she's here in the courtroom.
I have an offer. I really just need to confer with her if she's there.
Okay, we can. Do you have a device that you can go ahead and use? It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Isn't that Attorney Karen Corby back there? Okay, okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We'll go ahead and get that worked out and put you guys in the breakout room, okay, Council?
All right.
Okay. Attorney Roland Garcia.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, good morning, sir. After Attorney Roland Garcia, then it will be Attorney Linda Corley. Okay, so court is going to call cause number 682410, State of Texas versus Guadalupe Lomas Jr. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Roland Garcia for the defense.
Guadalupe Lomas Jr.
Let's see. Okay, okay. Okay, are you, let the record reflect that Guadalupe Lomas Jr., the defendant in this case, is in this court session with his attorney. First, we're here for a trial announcement on record. State, are you ready to proceed to trial on this?
Yes, Your Honor.
On this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
State announces ready. Defense, are you ready to proceed to trial on this matter?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
And how are we going to settle this matter? Are we going to keep it on the trial docket, go to trial on Monday, or?
This is a plea, Your Honor, and you should have the paperwork for it.
Okay, so you have reached an agreement and. We're going to go ahead and start the plea. Are you Guadalupe Lomas Jr., the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with a BAC .15 or higher, alleged to have occurred on the 4th day of April 2020 and classified as a Class A misdemeanor? Are you the same so accused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. You can go ahead and lower your hand. All parties are via Zoom, so the court is going to start sharing the court screen. Two seconds. Court's just stopping this court screen for a minute. Court is resharing the court screen. Mr. Lomas, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes.
And State, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document, thus consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
No, Your Honor. Assistant District Attorney Ling Han signed it, but the state adopts.
The state's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Lomas Jr., is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes.
And counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, I do.
State defense's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Sir, how long have you been representing Mr. Lomas Jr.?
In excess of 10 days.
And are we applying for probation? And if so, what type?
We are applying for deferred adjudication.
Mr. Lomas, on display is a document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. This is your application. I draw your attention to the second page where I am circling the cursor, as this is a 2-page document. Here and where I'm circling the cursor, it states that you personally appeared before me, albeit via Zoom. You are the person in this case. And you are the defendant in this case. You have been sworn in by me, and under oath, you are telling me that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision, along with your personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit to your application, is true and correct. Is it true and correct, sir?
Yes.
Both documents are true and correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you need to speak with your attorney before you respond to this statement to understand the consequences of your response? And that is, defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in your application or the deferred or your personnel data sheet may be grounds for denial or revocation of your community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak with your attorney?
I understand it, Your Honor. So I do not.
Okay, so you understand and so acknowledge.
Yes.
I will go ahead and sign the document and make it part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Sure.
Say again, ADA?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's file?
I believe they have.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, have you complied?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state has complied.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration? And please speak loudly.
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves to amend the information to add a count 2 for obstruction of a highway with intoxication.
No objection from the defense.
State, you have a written motion?
Yes, Your Honor, as I understand it, is further down in the documentation.
Thank you. State, is that your motion and that's on display?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, counsel, with the information, do you waive your 10 days to prepare?
Yes.
Mr. Lomas Jr., the information is the document that we use basically to let you know what you have been charged with, the nature of the offense, and the charges. Well, anytime that it is altered or amended or changed in any way, you get 10 days to prepare. So your attorney has said he's going to give up those 10 days to prepare. Do you join your attorney in giving up those 10 days to prepare?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will go ahead and grant the state's motion. I am going to sign it. And this now, now defense, this is the altered and amended information whereby the count 2 has been added. State, what is your next motion? Do you have another motion?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's next motion is to waive and abandon count 1 and the enhancement for count 1 and solely proceed on count 2.
Defense, what say you to state's oral motion to waive and abandon 0.15 and the 0.15 enhancement, as well as the count 1 and proceed on count 2, Class B?
No objection.
With that objection, that motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Sir, the state moves the court to admit State's Exhibit 1 solely for the purposes of this hearing.
I reviewed those documents with my client. We have no objection.
Without objection, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted for the purpose of this hearing. Mr. Lomas Jr., this is State's Exhibit 1, as you can see from where I am circling the cursor. It is a package of documents. So the first document here is waiver of objection to amendment of the information and the right stipulation of facts and judicial confession. The next, and I believe this is a 2-page document whereby you and your attorney have signed it along with the state. Then the next document is motor vehicles in the household, whereby you have indicated here that you swear that the following motor vehicles are possessed or owned by you or a member of your family or household where you live. And it indicates here, you have listed, the court takes judicial notice that you have listed 3 vehicles and you have signed it. The next document is the plea bargain document, whereby it indicates that you intend to enter a plea of guilty. The next document is a waiver of appeal and post-conviction remedies. Again, you understand, you're indicating that you're going to put in a, enter a plea of guilty. Next document is, again, another oath whereby, again, you personally appear before me. I have sworn you in. You are the defendant in this case. And you're telling me that all the facts stated in the above stipulations, the document I just showed you, and the plea agreement are true and correct, especially these documents that I have read off to you and are listed here. You have signed it. I am signing it, making it part of the record, and I am going to enter, have it recorded as an order, again, saying that I'm approving your intention to plead guilty. I am signing it, made part of the record. State, do you have any other motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
I'm sorry, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Lomas Jr., I draw your attention to the document on display. It is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Corpse Admonitions. This is a two-page document. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. Sir, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review this document with your attorney?
Yes.
After you reviewed it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign this document?
Yes.
So you're telling me with your signature and your testimony that you understood everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Very much so, Your Honor.
I hear you. He is very, very good, in one of the best in San Antonio in that.
I agree.
He has, and you can see, good. As you can see, he has removed this as a DWI, lowered it from a Class A to a Class B misdemeanor, taking off the enhancement, and then further making it an obstruction of highway, and further lowering it to a Class B, a regular Class B, okay? Now, did he explain to you with the amended information, the nature, the range of punishment?
Yes.
Okay, and you understood the range of punishment in this case?
Yes.
Did your attorney explain to you your constitutional rights?
Yes.
And you understood them?
Yes.
With that understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give up your constitutional rights?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
I will approve your jury waiver. I am going to sign it, make it a record, and so you will not be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, with the amended information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and the charges against him?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the amended information?
Yes, we do.
State, what is your punishment recommendation to the court? And please make sure you put some volume into it.
Sir, the state recommends a $500 fine with court costs, 18 months of deferred adjudication, that's 1/8. 72 hours of community service restitution.
Did you say 7-2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, DWI education, U impact, TAIP evaluation, ignition interlock for half the term. And in addition, as I understand, there would be no early termination, but the defendant can apply for non-disclosure.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation in this case?
Just to be clear, and I think this is what Mr. Hernandez said, but just to be clear, there will be no early termination of the deferred. However, he can still apply for non-disclosure. Okay, that is our understanding of the agreement, Your Honor. And I would just note for the record that Mr. Lomas has already completed the DWI education class as well as the victim impact panel, and those certificates have been e-filed with the court.
Okay. Thank you, counsel. Mr. Lomas Jr., is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this matter today for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with that understanding, sir, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty.
True.
That's a yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I will accept your plea of guilty, sir, finding that it is intelligently and freely entered into, and that you are competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what, if anything, do you have on behalf of your client and why I should consider this plea?
Your Honor, I would note that Mr. Lomas is a 50-year-old man. He has no criminal record prior to this offense. There was no outside injuries to anyone or damage to anyone other than his own vehicle. He's taken full responsibility for his actions. He has not sought to delay or prolong this proceedings, and he has already on his own done the DWI education as well as the victim impact panel class. So we would ask respectfully that you follow the plea agreement.
Thank you, counsel. That is very, very helpful. I will note for the record, okay, and what has been filed with the court, that the court will take judicial notice of once I get to that point. Let me go ahead and ask just a couple more questions here. Mr. Lomas Jr., whom do you live with?
My spouse and my daughter.
I note that on your personal data sheet, you had two dependents. Who are those two dependents?
Lisa Lomas, my wife, and Rebecca Avant, my daughter.
How old is your child?
She's 28.
Okay. And does your wife have a vehicle and does your child have a vehicle?
Yes, they both do. I listed them both.
Okay, so those are the vehicles that are listed on the motor vehicles in the household?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. What is your wife's name?
Lisa Lomas.
Spell that first name for me.
Lisa.
Laisa.
No, Lisa.
Oh, so sorry. Hey boy. And it's Lomas?
Yes.
And your daughter?
Rebecca Avant, A-V-A-N-T.
Is Rebecca spelled with two B's or one?
One B. I had to think about that.
Yeah, right? So do you have the ignition interlock on your vehicle right now?
Not right now, no, ma'am.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
It was 0.159.
State, do you have any objections to this defendant being referred to the Bear County Gives Back program?
No, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you familiar with that program?
Very slightly.
On the personnel data sheet, the income was listed as 481 per year. What does that 481 reflect?
That should be a type, which should be 48K.
Okay, sir. State, there wasn't an accident in this case, was there?
No, Your Honor. No.
All right. Defense, is there any legal reason that this matter cannot be displayed, or that would prevent this matter from being disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lomas Jr., although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this case, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt, and I'm going to place you on 18 months of deferred adjudication community supervision for obstruction of highway by way of intoxication. You will be supervised and monitored by the Community Service and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, for these following conditions. They will be supervising and monitoring you on behalf of the court to ensure completion of these conditions that are $500 fine plus court costs, 72 hours of community service restitution. I will refer you to the Bear County Gives Back program for satisfaction of only the first 40 hours of the community service restitution requirement, you are still responsible for the whole 72 or the remainder of that if you choose to participate in that program. DWI education, with regard to that, I have here and take judicial notice that you completed the Texas DWI education program on the date of August 14, 2022, and state, pending the state's objections, if any, to the court accepting this as a completion of this requirement, even though it's completed prior to the taking of the plea. State, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Alrighty, I will go ahead and give you credit for completion of the DWI education program. There's also a document in here that reflects what it appears to be a course of study. I don't know what it is for, but the court will not take judicial notice of that. I don't know what it is.
It should be the DWI, the victim impact panel, I believe.
Okay. If you have a certificate, your client has a certificate of completion, he can provide that to his
That's what I
community
that's what I was saying
supervision
2 days
officer.
later. That is a
Excuse me.
certificate
Hold on a second. No more debate. I'm delivering the sentence, okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what will happen. Thank you. So DWI education, credited uimpact.com, tap evaluation and victim impact class. A victim impact panel. Ignition interlock for half of the term. You will get that installed within 10 calendar days and maintain it for half the term of your probation. I'll need 2 or 3 affidavits from you within 10 calendar days. One from the defendant that says, I will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with that with an ignition interlock. Second one will be from Lisa Lomas, whom you have identified as your wife, who lives with you and has a separate vehicle. She will, and you also have identified Rebecca Avant, who is identified as your daughter, who has a separate vehicle. She lives with you, and they can go ahead and put it on one affidavit. That's what I'm indicating, 2 or 3. You can have them do it separately or put it on one affidavit. But they will, in that affidavit shall be that they understand that they will not allow you to drive their vehicle under any circumstances whatsoever. Otherwise, I will order an ignition interlock to be installed on both of their vehicles. They will identify each of their vehicles by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. I will set your supervision fee at $35. State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, defense, anything further in this matter?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Lomas Jr., regarding the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. This has been a plea bargain case. I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal.
Okay.
You will get a copy of this when you come down to provide us your fingerprints. When will you be able to do that? Today is Thursday, so we have tomorrow, Friday, Monday, or Tuesday next week.
I can do it Monday afternoon.
Perfect timing, sir, because you'll need to come down to County Court at Law number 2 between the hours of 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
And you'll be coming down to, as I said, County Court at Law number 2. We're located at 300 Dolorosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We are on the first floor of the Cadena Reese Justice Center. Now, Mr. Lomas Jr., if you do not come down Monday between those hours, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you come, you just go ahead and check in with the deputy and he will further direct you. Tell him you're here to provide fingerprints.
Okay.
Now, your attorney has done a fantastic job for you, Mr. Lomas. You realize that and you recognize that. So the way to thank him for the efforts that he has made on your behalf is for you to be successful on probation. I'm looking for you to be successful on probation. I hope that is a promise that you have made to yourself and your family that you will be successful. 18 months is a long time to be under any scrutiny whatsoever. So, sir, if there's an issue that comes up that might impede or interfere with your successful completion, please talk to your community supervision officer so they can bring it to the attention of the court and see what can be worked out before it gets down the road. Okay.
Okay.
All righty. Look forward to seeing you on Monday, sir. You have yourself a great afternoon. Now, what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to put you in with my CLO, that's a court liaison officer.
Okay.
She's still there. And she's going to explain to you about the Bexar County Gives Back program. I'll put your attorney in there with you as well. Sir, that is a program, as I mentioned to you earlier, that will allow you to go ahead and complete 40 hours of the community service restitution of which you have been assessed, 72. It is a volunteer, I do not make it mandatory. So you can do it or you don't have to. I have many alternatives, ways for you to complete that particular requirement. So make sure that you go over it with your CSO and be able to choose the alternatives that work for you. Okay, sir?
Okay.
All righty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's go. We're off record, counsel.
May I be excused? I have another court calling for me.
Not a problem. If you don't want to go if you have to go, I'll put your client in there and we're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Attorney Blake, do you need to go ahead and talk to the DA?
No, Judge, I've already signed off on the paperwork for the plea that we'd like to do today, but I would like to speak to my client before approaching the judge for our plea.
Okay, let's go ahead and place Ms. Blake in with her client, who's your client?
Daniel Cardenas.
Okay, with Mr. Cardenas? All right. Attorney Barron's?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done talking with?
I'd like to confer with the prosecutor.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and place you in there. Attorney Corby. Yeah, sure. Morning. Oh, okay.
And we have worked out and
Okay. Good. How you doing? Good. Good to see you always. Okay. Ready. Attorney Trevino back yet? Okay, so right after Attorney Corley, I will tend to Attorney Blake. Okay.
I am back, Judge. I apologize.
Oh, okay, since see right there, and then you, okay, sir?
Okay.
All right. Well, the thing about it is about noon, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and get this plea done and Mr. Blake's trial announcement. Sir, can you and your attorney, Attorney Trevino, can you and your client come back about 1:30?
Yes, Judge, that will not be a problem.
You're a great gentleman. Thank you so much for your understanding. See you at 1:30, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. And your attorney, excuse me, your client is Mr. Alvarado?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Alvarado, we'll see you back at 1:30 via Zoom, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your patience. State, you have cause number 654-408 pulled up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Attorney Behrens, you and your client can come back at 1:30, sir.
Okay, well, she's in the, I guess maybe in the jury room or something. So somebody will have, I was just gonna say I need to speak with her. If you want to put me back there, I'll let her know.
Okay, sir, were you there before with her?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and send him an invitation to join his client, and your client is
Alondra
in
Morales.
the back room? Okay,
Yeah, I
she's in
believe
the,
so.
okay, all right. We'll send him an invitation to.
Got it.
Huh? She's in number 3. Right. Okay.
She said that she's been in there because he said he was going to come back.
Okay. All right. And then just let her know that 1:30. All righty. Okay. 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 Mr. Johnson, contact your attorney. Let him know that you're coming back at 1:30, okay? Don't be late. Sir, contact your attorney. You contact him. Let him know. He was here before, remember? Okay, so you call him and you let him know that you'll be back at 1:30, okay? The court is going to resume at 1:30. If you need your attorney's phone number, see the deputy, okay? He'll go ahead and provide it to you, okay, sir? Alrighty, 1:30. Don't be late. Okay. All right, that takes care of that. Okay, all right. Let us get on record on cause number. Court is going to call cause number 654-408, State of Texas versus Antoinette Brantley. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Linda Corley for Ms. Brantley.
Antoinette Brantley.
And you are Antoinette Brantley, the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with a VAC of 0.15 or higher, alleged to have occurred on the 22nd day of January 2021 and classified as a Class A misdemeanor. Are you the same so accused?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I will give you a minute. You may lower your hand and I'll give you a minute to situate yourself. Place your device on a flat surface, place yourself in the center of it, and so that you're not moving around. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. The court is going to start sharing the court screen as all parties are via Zoom. Ms. Brantley, can you see the court screen?
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
No, Your Honor, Assistant District Attorney Ling Han signed it, but the state adopts it.
And the state's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Ms. Brantley, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Judge.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Ms. Brantley?
More than 10 days, Judge.
Are we applying for probation, and if so, what type?
Deferred, Judge.
Ms. Brantley, this is your application for deferred adjudication community supervision. It is a 2-page document, this being the first. This is the second. I draw your attention to about the verbiage in the middle of the page where I am circling the cursor, whereby it states that you personally appeared before me today. You are the defendant in this case. I have sworn you in, and under oath, you're telling me that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision, as well as the personnel data sheet, which has been provided to me here, I hold it in my hand, is true and correct. Now, keeping in mind that, is that true and correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everything in here is true and correct.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, now keeping in mind that any information is moving, if it's not completely filled in, it cannot be true and correct. And do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of this statement? Defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in the application or the personnel data sheet may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case. And I see quite a few things missing from this,
Judge.
such as addresses. So do you need to speak with your attorney, Ms. Brantley?
Judge, this is Linda Corley. Actually, she couldn't fill this out. We had some problems with the form, so I had to fill it out for her. And I do notice that I did not put on there. She's disabled, and I failed to ask her what her, well, it says wages. She doesn't really have wages, but I didn't put an amount for her disability. And Judge, she didn't have her addresses available. I told her that she could provide those to the probation office as soon as she got those, Judge. And I believe we have everything else filled out. She didn't have her license plate. We've gotten it since then.
Okay. All right, counsel, thank you so much for going ahead and identifying those issues and being able to provide a solution. She will be able to go ahead and actually fill that out when she comes to provide her fingerprints. It will be filled out, and we make sure that it's completed here. So, Ms. Brantley, do you need to speak with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
So do you understand and acknowledge the statement?
The
Yes,
Statement. Yes, ma'am.
the statement that you understand that any untrue statement in the application or the exhibit, your personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision. Do you understand and so acknowledge?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I will sign the document, making it part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery and, excuse me, under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
Yes, Your Honor, I've signed the acknowledgement. I've received everything on the index that is attached, and I'm not aware of any other outstanding discovery, Judge.
Thank you, Counsel. State, is that law enforcement disclosure applicable to this matter? And if it's so, has it been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor, the state has complied.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves to amend the information to add account.
Need to
for-
speak up.
Oh,
Need to
sorry.
speak up, sir.
Sorry, Judge. The state moves to amend the information to add a count 2 for obstruction of a highway by intoxication.
No objections, Your Honor.
State, did you follow the motion?
Yes, Your Honor, it should be with the plea agreement paperwork further down there.
Is that your motion on display, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense, of course, you've received the information.
Yes, Your Honor, and we have no objection.
State, excuse me, counsel, do you waive your 10 days to prepare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Brantley, the information is a document that we use to charge you, tell you what the offense is and all the charges. Anytime that it is altered and amended and changed, you get 10 days to prepare to defend against what those new altered amended charges are. Your attorney has waived the 10 days to prepare. Do you join your attorney in waiving those 10 days to prepare?
Yes, ma'am.
Thus, without objection from the defense, the state's written motion is going to be granted and signed. Ms. Brantley, this is the new altered and amended information. And as you can see, what the state stated, they added a count 2. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves to waive and amend count 1 and the enhancement for alcohol above 0.15, and so we proceed on count 2.
No objections to waiving and abandoning count 1.
So you are waiving and so you are objecting to the waiver of 0.15 enhancement, counsel?
No, I said we have no objection to the state waiving and abandoning count 1 and moving forward on count 2 solely.
Okay, and that's to include the enhancement, correct? Thank you.
I'm sorry, my understanding is they are waiving and abandoning count 1 completely, and we are going forward with count 2, which is solely obstruction of highway. There is no enhancement on that.
And that would be a Class B misdemeanor, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. That without state's oral motion to waive and abandon 0.15 enhancement and the count 1 and proceed to count 2 without objection from defense is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves the court to admit the state's Exhibit 1 for the purpose of this hearing only.
And defense?
No objections for the purposes of this hearing only. I would request that it not be included in the court record for open record purposes.
The state does not object to that, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 1 is admitted. Ms. Brantley, this is State's Exhibit number 1.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
is okay. It's a
Judge,
package.
may I interrupt? I had objected to the state's Exhibit 1 being entered in the court record for open records purposes, but be used, so the police reports to be used for purposes of this hearing only. Was that granted?
And now I'm going over the State's Exhibit 1 with the defendant. As it has been, you have gone ahead and not, you say you don't object to the State's Exhibit 1 being admitted for the purposes of record.
Yeah, for the purposes of
Of
the
this hearing, I'm sorry, for this hearing, yes. May I proceed?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay. It is a package of documents. The first is waiver of objection and amendment of the information and rights and stipulation of facts and judicial confession. It's a 2-page document. The next is motor vehicles in the household. The court takes judicial notice that you have stated here that you swear that you do not own or possess a motor vehicle and no member of your family or household where you live owns or possesses a motor vehicle. You have signed that.
Judge, if I may, that was an error. And
Oh.
I have already submitted the corrected statement to the clerks. They told me that they took it out to you, so we need to refer to that one.
Okay, thank you very much, counsel. And it states, I do have that document here, and it states that you do swear and that the following motor vehicles are possessed or owned by you or your family or household where you live, and the court takes judicial notice that you have listed one vehicle. The court, with permission of the state, or permission of the defense, I would like to add on the top here the cause number for easy reference.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, the way that incorrect statement happened is she had clicked the correct one and put everything in, but then before I realized that she had clicked the second one, thinking that she had to sign there, and it erased everything before. So we just submitted the new one to make sure that the court had the correct records.
I'm sorry about that trouble. Technology, you just love it. Sometimes you can live without it, but it has made it difficult, right? So thank you very much for that explanation, and sorry for that trouble, Ms. Brantley.
No problem.
And the next document is the plea bargain agreement, and it indicates here that you plan to plead guilty, enter a plea of guilty. Then the next document is the waiver of appeal and post-conviction remedies. Again, it indicates that you do understand and going to plead guilty, enter a plea of guilty. Then here is an oath that states that you personally appeared before me today. You are the defendant in this case, and you have been sworn in, and you state under oath that all the facts stated in the above stipulations and plea agreement are true and correct, specifically including these documents so labeled that I have read to you. You've signed it, I'm signing it, making it part of the record, and I'm going to so order it. And again, indicating that I approve your plea of guilty that you intend to enter into. State, do you have any other motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Brantley, the next document is the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and course admonitions. It is a 2-page document, this being the first, and then this being the second page. Is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign this document?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're telling me with your signature and testimony now that you understand everything in this 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
More than satisfied.
I'm very glad to hear that, because she is one of the best, okay? Bar none. And she has been able to not only bring this to a resolution for you, but of course she's removed the DWI, the enhancement of 0.15, reducing it to a Class B, from a Class A to a Class B misdemeanor, and then further to an obstruction regular Class B. She has done a tremendous job for you. And now, did she explain to you the range of punishment with the Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood it?
Absolutely.
And then she explained to you your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood those?
I did. I did.
And good. Do you freely and voluntarily then give up your constitutional rights as you understood them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
I will prove your jury waiver. I am going to sign it and make it part of the record. You will no longer have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
I do, Your Honor.
Counsel, with the amended information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and the charges against her?
Yes, I have.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, what is your punishment recommendation in this case?
Your Honor, the state recommends 1 year.
A little louder.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
Please, I'm sorry.
It recommends 1 year of deferred adjudication, that's 12 months specifically, 60 hours of community service, 60. Yes, Your Honor. DWI education, victim impact panel, TAIP evaluation, and follow the requirements, recommendations there, and the ignition interlock for half the
Okay,
term.
I am so sorry. Did you say TAP evaluation or?
Yes, Your Honor, I think that's what it is. I mean, I don't think we have it as TAIP, but I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
TAP evaluation.
Thank
And,
you.
And the defendant should follow the recommendations there, as well as an ignition interlock for half the term. And I think that's all, Your Honor.
State, did you mention as far as a fine and court costs?
I'm not sure about that exactly. As I understand, according to the paperwork, it says a $0 fine.
Okay. Is that it, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so State, just to make sure, we're saying 1 year deferred adjudication. You said something about 12 months.
Yes, Your Honor. I think the paperwork says 12 months of deferred adjudication. I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, okay. So you want me to put down 12 months?
Well, no, Your Honor, if the paperwork says 1 year, I think that is sufficient.
Thank you. So we have 1 year deferred adjudication, 60 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, the victim impact panel, and a TAP evaluation. And then the ignition interlock for half term, $0 fine plus court costs. Is that my correct understanding
Yes,
of
Your
what
Honor.
you have stated? Okay.
Yes.
And defense counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brantley, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now you're pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea of guilty, finding that it is freely made and intelligently made, and you're competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what, if anything, on behalf of your client, you have, and why I should consider this plea?
Yes, Your Honor, she has not reoffended since she's been on bond and she has followed all of those requirements. I don't believe you're going to have a problem with her. She was very clear and understanding and even was asking me for information on already where to get the ignition interlock. She has every intention to comply with all the requirements and has that mindset, Judge. So we would just request that you follow the plea agreement.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, counsel. That was very helpful. Ms. Brantley, whom do you live with?
Myself.
And how many vehicles total in the household?
One,
And do you have an ignition interlock on the vehicle?
no, I'm trying to, I was just asking, over the past couple weeks where I go to get it. I plan on going to get it in the next 5 days.
Not a problem. You'll get all that information from probation. Now, can you tell me by year, make, model, and color the vehicle that we're gonna place that ignition interlock on?
Black 2009 Toyota Camry. Plate number M, like in Mary, V Victor, W as in Walter, 0210.
We're good, thank you. State, what was the BAC in this case?
Your Honor, it was 0.151.
State, do you object to this defendant being referred to the Bear County Gives Back program?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Brantley, did you serve in the military service?
No, ma'am.
Counsel, you're familiar with the Bear County Gives Back program?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Brantley, although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this matter, I am going to withhold my finding of guilt. I am going to place you on 1 year deferred adjudication community supervision. You will, that's for obstruction of highway. You will be by obstruction of highway by way of intoxication. You will be supervised on behalf of this court by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, with these following conditions: 0 fine plus court costs, 60 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to refer you to Bear County Gives Back program for satisfaction of first the 40 hours. I will explain to you that this is not mandatory. You are free to choose to dispose of those 40 hours that way or not. The community supervision court liaison officer will go through that with you. And if you wish to participate, fine. If you don't, not a problem. I have other ways of many alternatives for you to finish, satisfy your 60 hours of community service restitution. DWI education, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation. Ignition interlock for half the term of which you will get installed no later than 10 calendar days and maintain it for half the term of your probation. I will require 1 affidavit from you within 10 calendar days. That affidavit will state that you will not drive any vehicle that is not equipped with an ignition interlock. I am going to set your supervision fee at $25. State, have I covered everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is anything further on this matter?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Brantley, I'm gonna need your fingerprints. Now, when will you be able to come to the court and provide those?
I can come Monday
fingerprints?
afternoon. I can come Monday
Okay.
afternoon.
Monday afternoon, we got that, okay. All righty.
And Judge, I've already given my client the address and floor of the court for that purpose.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Brantley, thus with the trial court, regarding the trial court certificate of defendant's right of appeal, which I draw your attention to, is on display on the screen. I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal, as this was a plea bargain case. I'm signing it. You'll get a copy of that when you come and provide us your fingerprints on Monday, the 31st of October, 2022, between the hours of 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m. And you are coming down to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78005. We're on the first floor of the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. Understand that if you do not come down by that date and time, and a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand? Okay, thank you. Now, your attorney has said some wonderful things and has done some wonderful things about you and for you. So the way to thank her is, of course, be successful on probation. I know that you want that for yourself as much as I want it for you. And
Yes,
so I'm
ma'am.
look. Go ahead.
I said, yes, ma'am.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to your success, and thank you so much for coming down and being here to take care of this matter. I really appreciate your time and patience.
Thank you. You also have a wonderful weekend.
You too. See you Monday.
Okay, bye.
Counsel, if nothing else, we're excused and we're done on this matter. We'll see you soon.
Okay, and will she go in and talk to the CLO now, or?
Yes.
Okay, I can go in there with her, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead. Did she disappear?
You may have misunderstood and thought you were telling her to log off, but I'll have her log back in.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and transfer. And Attorney Blakely, I guess you'll come back at 1:30. Court is in recess till 1:30. Mr. Cardenas, I don't know where your attorney went, but we'll see you at 1:30, okay? Thank you so much.
Judge, I'm just waiting for my client to log back in. She'll be in a second. I just texted her.
Okay, great. How you been, Attorney Corley? How you been, Linda? Oh,
I've been very good, Judge. How have you been?
not too bad, not too bad. It's been kind of crazy. How is it still kind of congested for you?
It is a little bit, yeah, but I'm, and getting the swing of doing Zoom and in person. I think I've got it down now. Gotten some practice at it. I do love Zoom.
Right, right. Yeah, no, it does allow you to be in multiple locations without, counsel, we're coming back at 1:30?
Oh, I was thinking my client never showed up there, aren't
No, he did.
he? He did show up.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Sure. Excuse me, Linda.
Judge, my client logged back in. If you
Hi.
could just put her in the breakout room for
Wait a
the
minute.
probation, please.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear?
Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, fudge. Technology. I love
Okay,
it.
now I can hear you. She said you're excused,
It's
girl.
okay.
So I thought
I
maybe-
know. It was just, she meant me, not you, but that's okay. We just got to get you in with probation.
Okay.
Hang on.
Hey, Linda? Oh, okay.